The Sea of Thieves, eh? Bring me that horizon.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Shinigami Tabris, and we're going to be sailing the seas, trying to save Merrick. I got Corb with me. Hope everybody enjoyed our D&D session earlier tonight. If you missed that, it's on the VODs for time period, and it'll be up on YouTube on Saturday. You can catch all of the D&D stuff. There's a playlist for everything that you've missed. We do small recaps before every episode and whatnot, so yeah. Tonight's was a doozy. But forget D&D, let's save Merrick. Right, Corb?
Sure.
Okay, first things first, talk to...
What's on the horizon today?
You wanted to ask me something. Well, first let's browse her stock. Anything Dude.
The Mask of Deceit.
I thought I already had that, but okay.
Go wherever
No, that's
the
the
wind
other
carries
one.
you.
Ready?
Adventure calls.
Go ahead, bud.
Thanks for coming to me. I'm asking everyone I meet if they've seen Merrick around lately. He vanished from his usual fishing spot and hasn't been seen since. Maybe it's nothing and he'll turn up with a belly full of grog. But something has me worried. Here, I wrote down the last place he was seen. There might be a clue to where he is now. Merrick's done so much to help us all. If he's missing, we should do everything we can to bring him home. Good hunting, pirate.
Merrick was last seen at his usual sea post. Maybe there's a clue out at Steven's spoils that will help you find him. Worry on it. Okay, let's grab a few supplies. I don't want to spend too long here.
Holy thanks, Batman.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. While you grab supplies, I'm gonna decorate the ship real quick. Ooh, supply crate. Storage crate here, dude.
Nice.
So yeah, grab it and like go to all the barrels while I bring up the copper thief.
Nice. I just put all the shit in my pockets. Grabbing that crate now.
I still haven't decided what cannon flare I want to use. Okay. Fuck. Oh damn, you hit up the ones that were next to me.
I'm not gonna lie, this is actually the first time I've done this with a crate. And holy fuck, it's fast.
Oh yeah, dude. Now do you see why I always try to buy one and do it? It's how there's, you know, you log on and you're like, man, you suck the island dry. It's like, yeah, it's easy to do.
Yes, I do.
Easy to do when you grab a crate and just fucking like take
And
off.
just go find that. Any more over there?
Nothing more on here. Go up. I'm trying to beat you to some of them, so I have something in my pockets. Ooh, hold on, hold on. Come back over here and... There we go. Okay, that got everything. Let's go. It's the only downfall to this map is with the crate, you're gonna have to like you have to fall back down. I've done it before. I hate it. Ah, I missed.
I fell down toward the Emporium instead. At least Stevens isn't too far away.
Yeah. Do we want to depot all of this stuff onto the, into their respective things?
You can do that. Or you can do that.
Well, the reason I want to do that is if somebody comes on, they can, like, steal all of our shit instantly. Versus,
Fair enough.
wow, we got no pomegranates.
I have all 5.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow. Wow. Turn the wheel? Or fight
No,
it?
no, no. Just keep it there. We want to go straight. We just want to get out as quick as possible going straight. Down below! Nope, I'm not gonna hit it there. How am I missing something that's right fucking there? There we go.
Fuck off. You know what's funny is yesterday I was literally thinking, it's been a while since I've seen Kraken. I better keep my mouth shut because I don't want it to fucking just spawn in the middle of nowhere. There's a brig out there in the middle of nowhere. Go ahead.
Yeah, I see that. That's the Uncharted Isle.
Isn't that where Merrick's drum was, or one of his journals?
No, that's all the whatever the captain, the pirate lord stuff. That's is there.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I could have sworn one of the Merrick's journals was in that tunnel originally, way back in the original.
Different Uncharted Island, but yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's the one in the middle of the dead middle of the map, basically. This is one.
Okay.
This is the one for.
It's the one. It's the one that is now known as Reaper's Hideout.
No, that's the third one. That was always That's the one that's got the Rickroll on it, I think. But yes, there was one on Reaper's Hideout. But the one that you're thinking of is in the dead center of the map. Reaper's is, or not dead center, but northern center.
Oh, okay.
This is the one for Tall Tale 1. Xbox ship with some sort of... They are some sort of emissary. But they're rocking the Xbox ship, which is... I don't know what to tell you. Oh, they're doing a vault, probably. Because there is a vault that brings you out to this. Because there's the crab vault. There's a crab vault there or something like that.
Weird.
If they're not doing a vault, I'm just like dumbfounded. But they are gold hoarders, it looks like. Yeah, they're gold hoarders.
Rank 3.
Supplies off to our left. See if we can harpoon anything.
2 barrels. Oh, yeah, some planks.
There we go. Emptied.
You know, there were 2 boom boys in that mix. That could have been catastrophic.
Could have been.
You need to even out to the west a little bit more, buddy.
Yeah, no. I'm,
Oh, you're rounding around that route.
yeah. So, Graxel / Brian wore a shirt today that every time that he's wore it to a D&D session, they've had a TPK, like, kill everybody in the party. And everybody looked at him and went, why the fuck did you wear the TPK shirt? And he's like, might as well be a good time as any. I was just like,
Like,
hey.
no, go home. It's almost as bad as going to a Star Trek convention in a red shirt.
Yeah, exactly. See, what I hate about this is it, you know, Lariana's thing of the whole, like, go where he was last seen. It's like, he was not last seen here. He was last seen, and I know damn well he wasn't last seen here because I remember he was.
He was last at Golden Sands.
Yeah, as soon as he left Golden Sands, he never showed back up over here. Which was one of those hints that something was gonna fucking.
You even checked yesterday before
Yeah.
we finished up.
So it is one of those, like, I know damn well he's not been over here. So, like, why is this the spot we're going to?
You see it shiny.
I do too.
Letter for me. I'll let you read it, buddy.
What is it?
There's a letter for me.
Pick up a letter for Merrick. Oh, it's something we actually pick up. Okay. We need to meet. Merrick, I have urgent information for you. Seek land halfway between Shipwreck Bay and Hidden Spring. And Hidden Spring Keep. Come alone. A friend. Yeah, that's not ominous as fuck.
Not with the gun and blade at all.
Shipwreck Bay and Hidden Spring Keep?
Isn't that fucking Wanderers?
No. That's the one of the other, that is the other one that I was talking about. The one that has the tunnel underneath it.
That's funny shit.
Okay. Oh, while we're here, before we leave.
I have money. What your wares? Oh shit! Did you stop? You just.
What?
Spoils for sale.
Oh! Greetings, fellow cutthroat. If you've been a single-handedly slaying krakens for fun, I'm afraid to say that Merrick isn't here to buy the meat. I know what you're thinking. Surely Stephen, a ferocious pirate, must have had a hand in his disappearance, but no, I'm entirely innocent for once. Merrick came back here briefly after the Golden Sands business, and I saw him reading some sort of correspondence. Next thing I know, he's off over the horizon without so much as a wave goodbye. The missive should still be somewhere in his belongings. I haven't gotten around to stealing anything yet.
Get on your way, then. Watch your step. Don't
Okay.
He has no weapon.
He has nothing now. Check it. Pick up anything. Empty the barrels.
Do you have a crate of that?
I left the crate on the ship.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, there's still a lot there. That brig's coming this way.
On. Stowed.
Make sure we don't hit anything while I empty my pockets. Thank you. I'm back. Also arranged our fruit a little bit more properly. Okay, that brig hasn't moved. It just looked like it had moved. What the fuck? I hate when this game plays tricks on you where it looks like the ship has rotated when it hasn't.
Yeah, it looks like it's done at least a rotation, and it's like, hey, I'm getting ready to move around or something.
Yeah. Or to the left. We gotta go save Merrick.
I hope we can knock this out tonight. Oh yeah, what are all the qualifications?
Oh, that's what I was just about to look at too.
Oh my god, dude, it's fucking 10 journals. No. 10 tattered journals, 5 forgotten journals.
Okay, but why did we not get the complete follow Lariana's instructions? That's what pisses me off.
No, no. But I won't get it until the mission's completed. It doesn't like, this game doesn't like doing things step by step, it likes doing it as full circle.
And we didn't fully search Steven's spoils for a journal. That's what I'm upset about also right now. So we gotta scour this island when we get to it.
Yeah.
Is that an actual galley off to the left? Front left.
don't see one.
I'm still seeing it. I don't know what it is though. It's on the beside the rocks. Front left, like very front on the left hand side. It might be behind rocks now.
Oh, I see it. Scally. Yeah, Scally.
Scally? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to let go of the wheel. I just saw 3 masts over there, and I'm like, herb.
Yeah, that's quite understandable. Yeah, I have a feeling this is where we're gonna meet up with Bill. Yeah, her buoy's out. The buoy from the first trailer that she was introduced in.
Yeah. Sails up.
Tunnel is still open.
Tunnel still open.
Yep, found it.
Found what?
The tunnel.
Oh.
I'm gonna go see if there is a journal piece.
Doge is still here.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Huh? Good job. Half good job. Good job.
Blowing up a boom barrel I see washed up. Oh, I got no fucking ammo.
The fuck?
Okay, dude, there's more camp than there used to be. found Belle finally.
We walked right past her at a point.
Did we?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to talk to her, or?
Nah, just wait for me.
I've scoured this island and not found shite. What's the name of this mission? The Forsaken Hunter.
There's no tattered pages or anything underneath here.
The Tattered Journal and Belle's... Okay, Belle will give you 2 items. The Tattered Journal and Belle's Lantern. Both will be added to your rating. Then you gotta go... There's a Forgotten Journal on the next one. Okay, Forgotten Journal 1 and 2 are on the next place.
Okay. I'm headed your way to center. Incoming elevator, sending directly to you. Alright, go ahead, bud.
You're here. We have work to do. Ah, we meet again. Let me guess. You're also here hunting for Merrick. Merrick spent his whole life on these waters. I couldn't believe he'd simply disappeared after everything that's happened. So I started my own search. I had so many questions. Why would Merrick suddenly leave his home and family behind? Out here, I found my answers. Believe me, I wish I hadn't. The truth will be difficult to accept. When you're sure you're ready to hear it, return to me, and I'll show you what I discovered here.
Okay, did that give us one of the adventure points? Okay, that got us follow Lariana's instructions.
It's
Ready?
good to see you.
Yep.
Tread lightly, pirate. This place holds more secrets than you know. Ready to learn the truth of what happened?
Let's get going. Well then, it is time you learned what took place here. For better or for worse. Poor Merrick. Lured out here alone, only to be attacked and cut down on the sand. I don't know who would want Merrick dead, but I fear this is his final end.
This one doesn't have the
His spirit
feathers.
did not reach the ferry. He was lost to us, consigned to oblivion. The only way to understand all this is to learn the identity of whoever's behind that mask. I suspect this is their journal. It's badly damaged, but along with my lantern, it may lead us to the truth. It won't be easy, but we have to try. I owe Merrick that much. We all do.
Okay, that looked like Wanda because there was no... The Journal of a Killer. This book was found near the scene of Merrick's death. Return it to me when you're sure who it belongs to. Well, the deed is done, but I must lie low. She told me to follow the underground river to find shelter. When safe inside, the skull is the key. Okay.
Wanda's. Oh, yeah, Wanda's.
Yep. And it's Wanda's hidden area, so for those of you
And
that
this is-
didn't know that it was there, now you do.
Forever.
Oh, there's something glowing on the... Can you go grab that trinket off the, I got it.
I was killing my AC unit. I'm like, oh no. These nights have been so hit and miss, man.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to hear shit from you. When I live in like 80 to 90 degree fucking temperatures right now. My low today is 71. AKA,
Damn.
AKA, it's 74 right now, and it's going to get down to 71 in a few hours. Hey, there we go.
Damn, I was trying my damnedest to get us out
Take
of
us
that.
behind those rocks.
Moving behind the rocks!
Keep going. You're good. You're good. You're good. And stop. Don't worry, Captain. We'll buff out those scratches.
A little more southbound.
No, I can see it. I'm just trying to...
Make it not look like we're going straight for that brig.
You know,
Dude, you love that title, don't you?
which one?
Ratcatcher.
Dude, I have not changed my title since I fucking got it. And the reason why is there's a book series that I read that called adventurers, instead of calling them adventurers, they call them rat catchers. And ever since I read that book, I even use it as a term in D&D. I don't call them adventurers in D&D anymore. All of my players, their characters' names are rat. Like when they're asking them, "Are you adventurers?" and they're like, instead of saying, "Are you an adventurer?" or "I was an adventurer," it's, "Yeah, I used to be a rat catcher, but like." Dude, they got a rowboat coming in.
Yes, they do. You're a little behind there, bud.
They have a barrel in it?
I didn't see one. I had thought that myself.
Because if they did, we shoot it.
Yeah, I wish it did.
Because else
It would've been-
they are coming for us with it.
It would have been fun.
I'd like to know what the fuck they're doing, because they definitely parked there and they're rowing something.
I don't know, but I would park on the other side of Wanda's.
And do. Oh, for the better part, anyways.
Oh yeah.
No, I just looked at where the next thing is on this, and it's like, yep, gotta need to park on the other side, anyways. Um. Okay, we're supposed to go to the north side of the island first to see everything. Okay.
It looks like the finale's on Golden Sands because that's what it looked like, that dock on Golden Sands in the trailer.
Probably is. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna sail to the middle of the island, but we're gonna jump off the front and go to the north part of the island to follow what we're supposed to follow.
I gotcha.
Dude, I see, that's the thing. For those of us that know where the fuck this thing is, we actually miss out on stuff because we wouldn't do what everybody else does, which is follow it in all the way to the northern part and like dock at the northern part. For those of us that have played this and we know where Wanda's thing is, we would instantly park in the dead center and go straight to the river. Sails up. And doing that, from reading this, we miss a lot. You also miss the first journal because it's not there. Spider-Man is first. Hold on.
What?
I want to stop us from moving forward. There we go. Okay, all the way to the northern part of the... See, and that's part of the reason I look at these stupid strategy guides. As much as we could have figured this out without it, we would have missed something by not coming out here. Bam. So the stranger... Oh, dude, that's in those new rowboats, too. In a Reaper rowboat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you follow the footprints. There we go.
Follow the leader, the leader.
And here's your first journal. The deed is done. My message lured Merrick away from the safety of Stephen's spoil, and the rest was easier than I thought. The thrill of the chase. I honestly enjoyed it. What I do not enjoy is wandering up and down this forsaken beach. How can I hide if I can't find the wretched hideout? I'm supposed to follow the river, whatever that means. Perhaps somewhere along the underground passageway? Maybe near the old campfire. For now, this journal is a good excuse to sit in the sun while I ponder my bright new future. There won't be much daylight where I'm heading yet. Okay, journal 2.
Where?
I was looking where it's at.
Wait, the fuck?
What is it?
They're not supposed to get past that thingy.
No, they can't. They can't get past this. Oop, hold on. There we go. There's the footprints.
The fisherman is dead, but I'm not safe here. Time to keep your end of our bargain.
Patience, sister. Our phantoms are waiting for you. But be sure to conceal my instructions. You must not be followed.
Okay.
It's really interesting hearing the evolution of the Warsmith's character.
Ooh.
Oh, there goes our boat.
Really?
Fuck. I dropped sail, the boat's on fire, and I'm out. But the boat is in motion. Doesn't look like anyone's aboard.
Kill both.
I'm unsure if the boat will stay afloat, but please don't ding, please don't ding, please don't ding, please don't ding, please don't ding. Okay, cool. God damn it. Dude, the fuck? My character spawned naked somewhere, or for some reason. I mean, our boat's on fire more than it is actually sinking right now, but still. Are you just hiding on their boat right now?
I'm killing them.
You. Okay, that sounds like a predicament.
What?
Quick, that's all I came back to. I'm patching up as of right now, I'm okay though.
He finally killed me. Buzz, how you doing? I only killed them twice before they fucking killed me once. And the only reason they killed me was I, almost killed myself setting them on fire. Are we good? Is our ship good?
Yeah, I'm putting out fires right now.
Okay. I'm coming in.
Just grab the wheel. I haven't fully patched it, so I still have water feeding in. And that's it, buddy.
Okay.
Well, holy shit, we fucking survived.
What the fuck are they?
No idea, and I don't even know where we're at.
We're still next to Wanderers. Did I fucking ding them?
Dude, they might have not given a fuck after failing.
I'll find them. They're on the other side of the island. Prep for battle. Because it's two on the sloop, or on the brig, and they are incompetent fuckheads. They like actually anchored to attack us.
What?
Yeah. They unanchored. I killed them, let them run ashore. They're taking water. I also set them aflame. There's no telling, like... And like I said, I killed them twice.
Put us at half.
Not
Once we get in,
yeah.
Once we get in range.
Make sure you take out their sails.
Oh shit, I can't unload.
Just fire the first one and then...
Wait, I have no fucking chain. There we go.
Go.
Waiting for shot.
You should have a shot. Good job. I'm going over.
Alright, buddy. I killed one.
That's fine. Just keep popping this shit.
I just killed the other.
Nice.
Dude, I fucking bopped both of them. I just got hit by a cannon. Nice.
Fuck you, bitches. Okay, so they've got a... That's the reason I was like, they're running a Reaper, they're fucking being asshats, and they're bad? Like, no. I killed both of them after it sunk. They have a crap ton of cargo crates with a crap ton of stuff in them. I think they have legit just been hitting up on people that are doing this. Don't move, don't move, don't move. It's right here, it's right here.
Okay, I was just gonna push forward. Just
No, it's right here. I seriously think they've been coming up on people like us and just fucking.
They've been camping the neighboring island until the fucking next person comes around.
Yeah. Because that's way too much shit on their, like, their cargo crates. That's empty. Just open their crates, dude. Like, this is ridiculous.
And they still suck. Oh my god.
Yeah, the amount of cannonballs and the amount of fruit and food. Like,
there's no reason they should have lost to us.
other than they suck dick. And that's what you get. Like, if you're going to... I get you gotta start somewhere, but if you're going to pick on people,
Make sure that they're people that don't know how to fucking shoot a cannon.
well, not just that, but like, I saw you were going for the ship, and I was like, I'm gonna stop them firing on our ship. And sure enough, went up, fucking took them.
Dude, they probably thought our ship went down and didn't give no fucks.
Okay, let's go see what the rest of that's supposed to have been. Good fucking God.
I was gonna say, what else is supposed to be on this island?
There's another journal. You gotta follow her to find it.
I was saying, they're probably gonna spawn at like Reapers or a neighboring, not so far away. Oh shit.
We get a boom barrel.
Nice. Alright.
I want to save it. I want to save it. If they come back, I want to.
Fucking obliterate them. Yeah, they're probably gonna rush here too.
Okay. There should be new footprints of her leaving. Here we go.
How did we just walk fucking past that?
You have to start from the mouth of the cave to find them.
Oh.
I need that ammo pouch. Oh! It's your next journal, right here. Ghost ships, soul flame captains, flames of fate, all of them weakened the barrier between worlds, with enough for us to flit back and forth as needed. But wounds heal. Our old roots have slipped from our grasp, been blockaded or sealed away. That left me trapped here alone. At least the box has allowed us to stay in contact, the power to carry words to and fro, even to the land of the dead. I wonder if Morrow knows the truth. Sister wants my notes destroyed, but why? The book is already ripped apart, its pages repurposed for messages and orders to dim-witted phantoms. Once I bury the final fragments, my tracks will be covered. One day I may even come back for them, a little memento of the day my new life began. Huh. Just burying it. The Fort Conduit. Our phantoms have recovered the relic from the treasury of sunken shores. They're waiting for me at the cluster of islands southwest of there. I must hurry.
Incoming from the northeast.
Let's go.
They probably don't even know. They're probably not even thinking that we can see them, but we're not dumb.
Do you want to take the boom barrel? Or leave it here?
Oh, if they're gonna make chase, we'll grab it just in case, because we can just, one of us can bomb them.
Yeah.
It's more fun that way.
Dig where they did and you'll find more tattered pages. Bring your total to 5 out of 10 pages. What? Sell to Sailor's Bounty and Salty Sands. Figure out where we need to go. Sailor's Bounty, Salty Sands.
Come over here, buddy. They might be scared.
That's a different brig, isn't it?
Nah, I think it's the same one. They're rocking a Reaper just like the other one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They put the Reaper flag back up and everything.
Okay. Okay, so what does the actual journal says? Treasury of Sunken Shores. Islands. Treasury of Sunken Shores.
The Forked Conduit. Our phantoms have recovered the relic from the treasury of sunken shores. They are waiting for me at the cluster of islands
Sailor's Bounty.
southwest of here. The relic from the Coral Fortress has been found at last. West says the handover will be at the Beachy Trio, southwest of there.
Found the other one afterwards, but it's definitely Sailor's Bounty.
Dude, it's called New Golden Sands.
Is it?
Yeah. Dude, I bet you they're waiting there for us.
They're fucking idiots.
They are, they're dumb as shit. What's the name of the,
Coral Fortress. That's the one to the right of Sailor's Bound, Smuggler's Bay, I think. Right?
Shrine of the Coral Tomb.
Coral Fortress. Up. To the right. There's two of them out here. God damn. Make sure we don't hit. Under the ancient tears. Treasury. Shrine of the Coral Tomb. Treasury. Shrine of the Hungering. Shrine of the Flooded Embrace. I don't know what the fucking Coral Fortress is.
Would the Coral Fortress be up north? Way north? Like Disney?
The Coral
It is.
Fortress, yeah. Southwest of there. That's
Say for the
Salty
longest-
Sands.
I say for the longest time it wasn't fucking named.
Salty Sands. Which one do you want to do first? Sailor's Bounty or Salty Sands? I say Sailor's Bounty. Because the chances of us going...
Yeah, I agree. Dude, I can't believe they fucking named it finally. That was just me randomly throwing a fucking dart up there, too.
Well, we got enough
Why?
cannonballs.
No shit.
You being naked bothers the shit out of me. I don't know why.
Because we're not fucking plebs in this game. Okay, waves. Fuck off. That should be enough.
I'm not too worried about dumbass Tweedledee.
Watch the other ones come rock our shit now.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm worried about. Is like Tweedledee is. We're not worried about Tweedledum. Might be a problem.
I'm gonna go and grab a can of pop since I haven't yet. Even though it's like, what? Fucking one.
Oh, dude. The one Reaper's gone. The one that was at Golden Sands.
They might have logged after finishing it or something like that.
The other one is going to Blackwater. Is going north, east. Into the wild, further into the wilds. Well, what I'm worried about is those asshats might have, like, taken their Reaper down, and they might be trying to sneak up on us. Well, shit. Just rotate the ship around.
That emerald's it.
I was making sure you were coming back before I lunged out, just in case they're, you know, like I said, if they're trying to be sneaky about it, because they might have realized, oh, we can, they can see where we are. I'm super curious what would have been the name of it would have been if the Reapers would have won.
Right? They should have renamed it something else, just for shits and gigs.
I mean, the Reapers definitely could have renamed it.
Like Ruby Sands Island or something like that. Hey, bud.
Yeah.
Me and you have something to talk to after this. It's something that can definitely not be mentioned right now. Come take a look down over toward the table and, like, just look. You should kind of get the vibe I'm talking, though.
What are you talking about?
Just the general, atmospherics.
Pause.
Don't worry, we'll talk about it afterwards. I have to be big as fuck due to you know what.
Yeah, I know what you're hinting towards, but I don't know what what more you're hinting towards.
Okay, why is my character script? This is pissing me off.
I don't know.
Your character's script too. Just
Wait.
a heads up.
Am I?
Yeah.
What? And this gets us, so I think we should have,
The costume settings.
yeah.
Presets. Yeah, because now I need to figure out what the fuck Dude, even my curse is gone. My curse, my hair, everything. Gone.
Okay, I gotta go back up to our ship.
Maybe that dude. I didn't realize everything reset, dude.
I didn't either.
Everything.
I thought
Everything.
I thought at first I accidentally did touch the like the clothing or something while I was on their ship, and I was like, well, fuck. And when you were like, you're naked too, I was like, wait, I'm naked? And then when I pulled up my character, I was like, wait, I'm fully reset. What? Okay. We're technically here. I'm checking the horizon. Looks like there might be a ship over towards the low.
Dude, it even stripped my title. Like, everything. The fuck bug was that?
I mean, luckily for me, I was actually just wearing a full outfit. Anyways,
Oh, nice.
it's the Daring Deceiver outfit.
Yeah, I was. It's amazing how many fucking tattoos I have unlocked.
No, I don't remember which tattoo set I was wearing.
I remember mine. But the only reason is because I know not many people have it. Like, I purposefully still wear the hungering ones. Check and make sure your emotes didn't switch up. I say it looks like mine didn't. It looks like the one thing that didn't fucking switch on mine. Alright, so that's aesthetics. That's back to normal.
I
I
don't
can
even
look
know
at
where
my
the rat catcher one is.
I can look at my character and not cringe anymore. Your jacket.
Oh, there's the rat catcher. That's right.
There we go. What fuck stupidity bullshit was that? That's all I gotta say. It makes you realize the amount of customization you put in your character when you're completely stripped fucking naked.
I know.
And you're like, oh, oh.
Oh! All of a sudden, it kicked me out of the,
The UI. Or out of the UI.
yeah, and I was like, what's going on? And then I didn't have a scar up now, I did. And dude, it fuck you, game.
Did it just restore everything? You're normal now.
No, it reset all of my emotes too.
Did it really?
And I had like all of those custom done into like certain orders and
Oh
whatnot.
no, it did reset my fucking emotes. It's all the standard bullshit.
I'll deal with that later. Let's just get this over
Yeah.
with. I just wanted my character to look normal. I don't want to look like an idiot.
I don't want to look like a naked pantless person.
Yeah.
Oh, where is this biatch?
Most everything's on this main island, Mark. So just. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And here's a journal. Skillings. If we are to move freely, we must lay our hands on our new source of power, one with a most unusual history, the oldest enemy of the Pirate Lord. I never once paid any attention to those key twirling fools in their miserable tents. Useless wretches slaving away to serve a master blinded by greed long ago. No, not blinded, sisters. Sister says he could see so much more with those glittering eyes. Twin veil stones, used to peer into other worlds as at countless treasures, all just out of reach. No wonder the gold hoarder went insane. Wait, dude, that's even more like crazy. The fact that he can peer into, he's peering into other worlds and looking at the treasure in other places. Okay.
Yep.
Boss said to give this to you. You got our orders.
One step closer to freedom, but I still need the conjurer. Rejoin the others, then bring her to this location.
I like those creatures, whatever they are.
Oh fuck. As soon as I heard them pop, I'm like, wait, those are real ones.
Ooh. This was
Nice.
a nice barrel. I had pineapples and all sorts of shit, dude. You know when eating a pomegranate, when you have very low, like very high health, but that's your lowest food?
Yeah.
Um,
Is there anything down in the trap maker shit?
okay, so you'll have to kill the phantoms that spawn, and then that's it for this island, supposedly. Oh shit. Oh, dude, I was about to have another fucking heart attack, but this time it was a galley. I'm like, oh! Fucking scallion. Scared the Jesus.
Fruit crate with 41 in it.
Take it.
There we go.
Yeah, I was about to say, I need your ass awake as well, because, like, I think
Dude, I want to catch a storyline, man.
we're not even, well, we're halfway done, basically. The reason I say that is we're 5 out of 10 pages. And 3 out of 5 forgotten journals.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna get 100% completion today, but I just want the stories, like, as much story as possible today.
A Hunter's Cry is the name of dude, so we're not gonna rescue him tonight.
I figured we probably weren't gonna get to them, but I get to him. But I have a feeling what's gonna happen is we're gonna find out his fate, and then what's gonna end up happening is we're gonna end up going to the Sea of the Damned to rescue him, because there's no way this is introducing whoever this secondary masked stranger is.
On Salty Sands, you can pick up Forgotten Journal number 3 by docking on the South Beach. Okay. All I'm doing is figuring out what beach, where to dock, and I'm not reading anything past that. It does say whichever island we visited last, we will get 2 more tattered journal pages once we defeat all of the phantoms. So we'll have more phantoms to fight.
So we have 3 weeks left. I'm at level 85. It's kind of a coin toss, dude.
I'm at 94.
I mean, it's still it's a possibility.
I mean, for me to get to 100, which the only thing I want is bells. It's not hard for me to get to 100, but I just have to fucking, like, actually attempt shit.
Yeah. The sails don't look too bad, but I honestly think the first set of sails look better. It's just they are. It's gonna be one of those ones where it's gonna be like, oh look, they're shiny.
Yeah.
I'm curious to what these scars look like.
Wait, scars?
Yeah, there's for Renowned 100, all players get Scars of Dark Relics.
Huh. Okay. Start raising sales. Okay, there's a Reaper 1. Who knows what gives Cyrus the power? Not me, and frankly, I don't care what matters. Carry. Even once I have all the pieces, I'll need help. Not even Sister knows the ritual to make them whole and bend them to our purpose. Luckily, the brethren have grown in number during their time stranded in the sea of the damned. Phantom pirates pledged their loyalty by the dozen. They're not the brightest bunch, but a simple kidnapping should be within their means. So in fact, just had a brilliant idea. What's that phrase? 2 birds with one stone.
Huh. Do you think that has a, do you think that bounces back with, DeMarco and Lissetti?
I big dude.
I really do think this is Amarantha. So, like, that could
Oh.
Took us a
easily
while, but
be.
we fished it up in the end.
All that remains of the mighty gold hoarder. You! Help the others find the mystic. Be sure to bring her to this exact spot.
Keep 'em
That's
in your
all that,
sights!
that's all that remains of the gold hoarder. Interesting. Oh, here's the Phantom's orders.
Because it was, bring her to this exact spot.
Yeah.
Bring the witch. We are ready. Find the Golden Sands Mystic and bring her to the Eastern Isle. Lead her to the shadow beneath the peak. She looks like this. Oh god.
It's fucking,
Yeah.
Olga. Or, what's her
Uh,
name?
it's the
It's,
only hot one.
yeah. The one from Plunder.
No, from Golden Sands.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was thinking it was the one from, the one that we did, what is it, Briggsy's mission all the time? But yeah.
Yeah. She's the one that helps you with,
She's the one that does the one with,
Wild Rose.
yeah.
Okay, I recognize that island barely. Do you?
Dude, are you kidding me? It's canon.
Yep. Okay, scroll down and read the next part.
I was gonna say, do I need to go and slap you? If cannon shot onto like archway enough to the point where I'm like, ah.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 4 stops left. It's 10 steps. And we're going to 7. So let's do this quickly. Dead south. I didn't have to look where Cannon was. It was my brain went dead south. This way, because I saw where you were pointing. I was like, no, that's smugglers.
Yeah, see, I know that that's Lone, so I was trying to offset from Lone.
Dude.
It's weird being so north.
Oh, I know. We don't come this north that often anymore. We're definitely, whenever this is over, whatever outpost we're closest to, we're just gonna sell there.
Yep. Dude, this is the kind of Sea of Thieves night I love. We didn't mean to acquire shit, but we acquired shit.
Yeah. The other thing that I love about it is the whole, oh, dudes want to be jackasses? Okay!
Yeah, that and people got their just desserts. Fucking assholes.
Well, I love the fact they were, doing exactly what you said. They were sitting near the island, waiting, sitting at Golden Sands, basically, waiting for somebody to go there.
Oh yeah, they were camping out and then camping out at nearby islands, just waiting. And as soon as they saw that the ship was unmanned
And
or something of the sort, they just went ham on it. They did not they did not expect us
oh no,
to recover, to get our ship out of this situation. You be on the offensive while I escaped with the ship, repair the ship, turn the ship around, us get back in the situation, and fucking us hammer them, disable their ship, and I cannonball snipe both of them while you get on their ship and
oh yeah,
get
dude,
ready
that was
and get ready to fucking spawn and kill them. Dude, I couldn't believe I heard their freaking "Wah" thing for their death. I was like, this is great.
we probably should have stopped at Sanctuary, to be honest.
Viva Pinata, sir. Viva Pinata.
Oh no, we gotta. As long as there's actually places to sell stuff. I just looked at the list of islands accidentally because all the others have long fucking text with a picture. None of these have pictures. The next 4 islands, and I looked down, and like one of the islands is an outpost. So
Oh, okay.
as long as
Dude,
Golden,
my curiosity is Golden Sands functional now?
that's the question. If Golden Sands is functional, that's where we're going. So
I told you, dude, I'm pretty sure the finale's at Golden Sands.
nope,
Really?
nope.
Interesting. I was gonna say that it looked like it in that little trailer they released this morning, so that was my guess.
They might have intentionally filmed it there.
Yeah, they might have intentionally misplaced it
To give to try to,
for people off.
yeah, but after I read where the next islands, I'm like, well, I know where we're ending.
What's
So
that? Okay, that's a skelly or scoop. I saw an idle ship. My question is did Olga get fucking, or not Olga, that fucking,
oh god damn it.
why you gotta go doing that? Did she get tied up in on this bullshit? Found her.
The mystic did as she was told with hardly any persuasion. I could have left her here, but she can still be useful to me in another way. When Flameheart kidnapped the weaponsmith all those months ago, he nearly brought my sister's wrath down upon himself. It took some doing, but I convinced her to call off the attack. We were just one ship after all, no need to bring attention to ourselves just yet. Little by little, I've been able to widen the gulf between them. I will not allow a family reunion to jeopardize my place in the Dark Brethren. Through Olga, I'll remind Wanda of her place in this world, the choices she made, and the chances she squandered. Make sure she knows the line not to cross. Okay, it is Olga. Ooh!
The staff is almost complete. return this crone to Golden Sands and see to it that the weaponsmith receives my message.
Aye, aye.
On our way!
Been waiting for this.
Dude, I love that. I lunged through two of them.
That was funny.
Your last orders. The staff is complete. Return the conjurer to her home. Make certain that she passes along a note to her weaponsmith friend.
Golden Sands.
Yep.
So we have to go and talk to Olga and Wanda.
Wanda
with an O. Oh fuck. Yeah, I thought there was another one at the front of the thing, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna explode.
Oh no, I grabbed the one that was right next to our ship and brought it back to the other one.
Oh, dude, it's all lit up and everything.
Yeah, I think it's back to normal.
I think it's backing up and running, dude.
We're about to find out.
That's glorious.
Dock on the northwest. Oh, dock at the dock. Damn. Yeah,
like
we're
the actual merchant dock.
yeah. It says dock at the northwest, which is
There's one you don't see very often.
oh, we've discovered all the forgotten journals.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we only need 2 more tattered journals. Two tattered journal pages.
Okay, I like the fact
Okay,
they
so
left
this
the
one isn't as bad.
they left all the
The banners and shit.
yeah. Sales up. I say we just sell everything here, like fuck. Or do you want to sell at Reaper's on the way over to we have to go back to see Belle.
Nah, I'd say let's just turn it here, dude. I feel like we're a pinata at this point.
Okay.
Especially with all the traveling. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to fucking see this shit. There's Merrick's fucking flag. Dude, I tell you, they are gonna end up moving Merrick over here or something like that at some point. Dude, it's so nice to sell over here again.
Do we want to go ahead and sell all of our cargo crates that we have?
Yeah, I would, dude. At least most of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we don't have enough
Yeah, right.
supplies to... I'll take the good stuff out of the, let's see here. We got a cannonball crate. Took 50 cannonballs out of our thing. We're down to 16 in our actual barrel, but our storage crate of cannonballs has us at, like, fuck if I know. About the only thing we should have maybe done was raise our, different factions.
Our emissary flags.
Yeah. Do you want to do that for at least the merchant?
Yeah, we can do that for the merchant. Oh, look, a bridge. It's back. Oh, dude, there's multiple Hunter's Call flags around.
All bananas in the banana crate. Drop your dagger.
I like how it still looks like it's in slight disrepair, which is what I like about it, because they didn't be like they didn't make it like, oh, it's completely fixed, bitch. Is that everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of each crate and the whatever the hell other crate we have. Okay, now let's see here. Bell's thing.
Fate brings you to
The way you regard me, I sense you know something of my recent distress. After our Seafort incarceration, I felt certain that more soldiers of Flameheart had arrived to finish what they had started and bring about my demise. Not so. My captor was unknown to me, masked, of course, with an unfamiliar voice. Nonetheless, I feared for my life. I was all too eager to pass her message to the weaponsmith. And yet, for all her bluster, the ritual she bade me perform was a rather trivial fusion of two relics, or so I thought until I laid hands upon them. Of course, I immediately recognized the skull. All in the order would have. Strange that the gold hoarder's remains are still imbued with such.
May fate guide your hand.
I'm not seeing anything, so it is gonna just be one of those we have to.
Hey,
What?
turn around. Come over here.
Whoa! I just glitched. Hold on. Okay, my stream basically almost died. Where'd you go?
Right here.
Okay. Oh! You picked them up. Okay. You always thought you were a better fighter out of us both. Now you should know that I shall be taking my rightful place at the Warsmith's side. I shall be the sister you never could be. Goodbye, fool. Hey. Yep, there we go.
Get your weapons.
Look to buy something. Hopefully you're not here with another note from some coward trying to upset me. Whoever wants to rile me up with talk of my dear sister, they're far too stupid to hold her interest for long. I mean, what kind of moron leaves a clue to their identity on the back of a threatening message? My sister's not exactly the tolerant type, especially when people get cocky and make mistakes. Oh well, not my problem. I threw the note away, but it's probably still around here somewhere if you fancy a laugh. As for me, I've got weapons
Come
to
again,
sell.
I'm here.
Nice. Okay, take the restored journal to Bell, and then confront the masked assailant. Those are the last two things. Let's go, buddy.
Dude, that last one, it has to be her.
Dude, it is. That's the Sea Dog's crest, A.
It is. It's the Sea Dog's crest. It has to be her.
And the letter A.
Yeah.
Armantha? Was that her name?
Yep. It's Aramantha or Amarantha. I can't remember which one. I honestly have only spoken to her, I think, once out of the whole fucking time. And then I just see that nasty ass sneery fucking face, and I just go, I don't even want to fucking look at you.
Ready to go?
So all I think is, good, now you're masked,
Well,
bitch.
I'm out. Oh, you're... Good God. How are you on the ship next to me?
I don't know.
I was looking for you and you weren't there. And then all of a sudden you just appeared. Fucking my internet lagging again.
Magic, motherfucker.
No, it actually is my internet. Like, I saw my internet, like, dip, and I was like, oh God, here it comes. Fucking stream ending in the middle of the damn thing. Okay, with the full story in your hands, return to Belle and catch her up with all you've learned. Choose to continue the adventure in the dialogue options, and you'll be on to the final chapter of the Forsaken Hunter. Your final mission will be go to the Sea Dog's Tavern. Rest in peace, Arena Mode. Head to the grounded level dock to find the masked assailant and watch as another story sequence plays out. Okay.
That's fucking great. See, my question is now, is she still going to be human?
Oh no.
That's my question.
Keep us in the wind. I'm just trying to get this over with as quick as possible.
I know, I got you, dude.
And we...
It's 1:45 and we are so close, it's great.
Okay, so this one is all food. Putting the food one down below with the food. This one's a concoction of bullshit. It is now empty. We have 3 empty crates. This last one I'm just putting in front of the bear. Okay, so those at the very front of the ship are fucking empty.
Nice. Oh, so get this. I have to go to Men's Warehouse tomorrow and get fitted for a goddamn tux before I go to camp.
What? Oh.
For my sister's wedding. The cutoff for it is the 3rd. And I'm not going to be in town. So I'm like, well, me sideways.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
You know me now. I'm in this like mode of like I've got 6 million. I'm gonna spend a little bit here and there, but I'm always going for the deals instead of just buying it directly from the people that sell it.
Yeah.
I know it takes longer to do it this way, but it's...
Visit old suds, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this one, all I got was the Imperial Sovereign Concertina that I didn't already own. The other 2 things I already owned.
Where was I?
Oh! There's a music box here. Hold on.
Is this part of the murder mystery?
That's what I was checking.
I bet it is. I'm pretty sure there was music boxes tied to part of the murder mystery. Is there a note on it?
No, not that I see. No, I thought the same thing, which is why, like, I actually took the time to look it over. We almost to that island.
Yes, sir.
The Uncharted Isle. Well, at least you know that when you go away this weekend, you have completed the new thing. And you won't have to worry about...
Yeah, I won't have to worry about fucking completing it.
Here at last.
Complete chapter. I've tracked this thing.
There's no time to waste. You restored the journal? Let me see.
Yeah, here we go.
Yes,
Oh.
interesting.
I just got 25,
Some sort of ritual. Ah, a clue at last. A note sent to taunt the weaponsmith, but on the back, a sea dog crest. Whoever Merrick's killer may be, it seems they've been lurking at the Sea Dog Tavern. We need to confront them, but the scepter they've forged makes them dangerous. Speak with me again when you're ready to depart. We'll face the one responsible together, and make them pay.
Did here, or do you want to continue?
Let's fuck this
Good
bitch
to
up.
see you.
Complete adventure. I'm ready to confront Merrick's killer.
Let's get going. Good, then let's hurry. Set sail for the Sea Dog Tavern and I'll meet you there. I prefer my own means of conveyance.
Bet you do.
Luckily, the Sea Dog Tavern isn't that far away.
Yeah, it's literally a skip.
And if it wasn't for the fact that I want to end, like, I'm getting tired myself, I would be like, hey, once we're done, let's come back over here and leave all of our storage crates for the next person that comes to do her mission. But, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
I love all of you people, and I actually am one of those that, like, leaves stuff for people behind. I don't ever leave a fucking emissary flag like some of you guys have left me, which is amazing! Tonight is not the night. It is just the fact that it's getting late. Luckily, I don't have to work tomorrow, dude. I am so stoked. I took the day off because I was supposed to be selling one of my properties. I own a bunch of property that I've inherited.
I'm probably calling it at like 11 tomorrow, and then I'm probably going to do that fitting, and then heading the fuck out.
But I was supposed to go and sell one of my properties that I own, and due to family problems, the deed to the property is under mine and my dad's name, so we both have to sign. And due to the fact that he doesn't want to, like, go now, right now. And he still wants to sell the property. He has other things that have occupied his brain that we're so now I don't have anything to do tomorrow, so I'm just gonna stay the fuck home.
Yeah.
And goof off. You guys might get a day stream, but I think I'm just gonna spend it with the girl. Get ready to raise sales. Sales up.
Oh, we should have set our ship up as the Golden Chaser parked over here.
I bring the Trident of Dark Tides.
If you want to, dude. Yeah, this bitch is gonna have some crazy ass scepter, so.
Bring up the, do we have the, in their arrogance, Merrick's killer has mistakenly left us food in Sea Dog Tavern. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, I love how it puts K-12.
I don't have food.
Dude, I wonder if the battle is inside the tavern.
I don't know, but I don't have food, so I'm going back and getting, like, we got fucking pineapples and all sorts of shit. I'm going back. Oh, dude, there's some floating. Somebody just did what we were about to do. Look at that. Out there, all those storage crates. Storage crate. Wood crate full. Storage crate. Cannonball full. Ammo crate. Fruit crate. With 50 bananas. Dude, this one's just as fucking, like, filled up with crazy bullshit as, like, some of ours. I'm bringing I'm bringing the ammo crate back. We might want that. No, they'll give us an ammo box up there if we're gonna have an actual fight.
Yeah, probably.
Wait.
Dude,
who's on
like
the... Hold on,
this
hold on.
is-
Somebody's on the... Hold on. Okay.
We have somebody on our list.
No. She's over here. What?
Where?
I see her, like, playing with the scepter right over here, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Do you see her on the end of the pier?
Yeah.
Okay, so this ammo crate might be worth a damn.
Waiting for dialogue to start.
Grab some fruit.
always turning up where they're not wanted. I was sure I couldn't be followed. I suppose I don't need this anymore.
Oh, wow.
I've been a wanted woman ever since DeMarco died. Nobody would believe I had nothing to do with it. I lost everything.
Really?
Interesting.
So, you decided Merrick had to pay for your mistakes?
Ha! Merrick's miserable life in exchange for a chance to start over. Somewhere my talents will finally be appreciated. It was an easy choice. Besides, there's still a lot we can learn from him.
But you killed him! His soul is lost to us.
Not lost, delivered to the Dark Brethren. If you have anything to say to him, Sea Hag, now's the time.
Merrick!
Don't worry about me, Bill. I can hold me son. I won't tell him nothing.
Time to say goodbye to this dreary old place. Now that I've completed this stuff, we can move between the worlds as we please.
You can't hide from me. The Sea of the Damned is my domain.
Not for long. Haven't you heard? I always take the winning side.
Merrick knows more than he realizes. We can't leave him to the Dark Brethren. I just need to find out where they're keeping him. Not to mention that scepter. Amaranta may think she's won, but this is very far from over.
Oh, man. Interesting. Interesting. Plot twists out the ass. Okay, so she didn't kill DeMarco.
Okay.
So who the fuck killed DeMarco?
Mask of Deceit. On it. It's gotta be like a...
It's that one with the like yellow or the yellowish lip.
Is it gonna be a...
It's gonna be an emote.
Is it? Mask of Union.
There it is. It's the one row after the thing. The dies.
Yeah, fine.
Ah.
Okay, ready?
Interesting. You're getting shoved off onto like page 4 of Shitstorm.
What am I wearing? They're very similar.
I actually it's funny because you can tell that even through Amaranta's mask that it's like you can see the resting bitch face look,
Yeah.
like that stretched look of just pissiness. They did a really good job of masking her.
Gimma69, thank you for coming in and saying hi during the D&D thing. I'm glad that you were interested in it. If you've got any questions, now that we're not playing D&D, when I'm doing streams like this, I can talk more. During D&D, we've got so much going on. I'm having to constantly pay attention to the players because I'm the DM for it. And a lot of my stuff is actually up in my head. I don't write a lot of it down. So it's one of those I have to really keep focus of what's going on and figure out what's going on for the D&D. So it's one of those like we don't talk or interact with chat as often as we should for D&D things, but we do notice that people are talking in there and so forth. Dude, I'm super stoked about this. I'm gonna have to
Dude,
spend like an hour getting my emotes back to the way they should be.
oh, I'm so distraught that it's gonna take me forever to do that.
Oh, I know, dude. Like, it pissed me off when I saw that my emotes were like,
My question is, what caused that? Because it stripped our whole thing.
yeah.
Everything was stripped. But I can't wait to see how this story progresses because they're really pushing on Merrick, dude. I
Uh,
mean, Merrick helped rebuild Golden Sands. I mean, he's literally been like the center of the past. This will be like what? The next one will be number 4?
yeah, I think so.
No, yeah, number 4 because right after that was the Shrouded Ghost.
Well, I mean,
So,
so he was part of the Shrouded Ghost one. He's a part of this one. He's part of the one before this.
hmm And then the next one's going to be number 4.
Yeah. So he'll be part of 4 out of what, 8?
This will be the next one will be 6.
Yeah. Damn.
So they're really focusing on Merrick, dude. They better not kill him. I like him too much.
What's my character story in this game? In this game, your characters don't really have too much of a story. They are pirates that have come to the Sea of Thieves um, to amass their riches. My character, uh,
It's a 6 million rich motherfucker.
yeah, pretty much. Oh, you know Sea of Thieves? Okay. D&D. For D&D, I actually don't have a character anymore. All of my characters have been retired is the best way to word it. I am what's called a forever DM. I'm the guy who always runs the game. I never am a player anymore. The few times that I get to play those games, it's like one shots where you make a character, you get to play it like that one night, and then you never play again. Um, so yeah. Um, all of my D&D characters that are retired though, I'm actually slowly bringing them into my D&D games. They become people that my players can meet. Yeah, I'm the host. Dude, I really, really don't want to do do all these emotes again.
Yeah, I'm not doing them right now. I'm getting off.
It just irritates me. Cause like I had the whole Jack Sparrow one. I had all the different hiding ones basically in places.
Yeah, my first page is all hide emotes.
Well, that was what mine was, and then here it is. Like whatever. I don't know what I'm gonna do anymore.
I'm probably gonna do all hide, do some of the like wave and all that in the second, including some Jack Sparrows. The third one will probably be dice.
I just saw something. Somebody might have left something up here.
Yeah, it looks like there's a staff up here.
Staff? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I just push you back?
Yeah.
That's some funny shit.
The figurines. Okay, so in D&D, yeah. So the monsters in D&D, yes, you either buy or make them. I have a 3D printer. I make my own most of the time, and then I actually paint all of them, and I paint a lot of them on streams. So we do streams where I paint and so forth. Are you having fun?
Yes.
You have the
yes, I
wrong.
am.
You have the wrong mustache on. You look like a baby-faced little shit.
If you saw me in real life when I shaved, I am a baby-faced little shit.
I mean, like, your character's not rocked that facial hair in a while, so it's odd for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know this was the facial hair I used to rock way back when.
But yeah.
I think I have one. I usually rock one of the Legends ones right now.
So most of the figurines, I have a lot of figurines that I've purchased. Wizards of the Coast, the people that make D&D, make boxes based on the new adventures that are out that have the monsters that are in those adventures. So, like, some of the
That's better.
adventures in D&D that we run, nothing that was ran today or the last couple of weeks for me. Actually, it's probably been over 2 months since I've ran an actual adventure that D&D released. Yeah, that's the right. When I looked at you and I was like, something's not right, and then it dawned on me your beard was so weird. But I haven't rocked a pre-made adventure on D&D for a while, but I still buy the boxes. I do also buy the adventures to read them. They might give you some sort of information when you're but I write my own stories now. But I still need the miniatures for some of the creatures. And then the creatures that I can't find in the miniature boxes, or some of those miniatures are super expensive. Like the box is like $12, $12 to $15 a box, and then you turn around and like the miniature inside of it might be $50. So if you wanted to buy just that miniature, it's $50. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a little excessive.
So when it comes to those $50 ones, and they're also rare drops, so it's like getting a yes. So some of the bigger bosses, they're super awesome. They're $50, $60 on their own. Or if you have a 3D printer like I do, you can find people that have made similar things. there's actually one of the companies that I sponsor on Patreon. For $10 a month, I get, I think it's like 8 or 9 minis a month. And they have a theme. So like 1 month is ogres, 1 month is pirate ogres. It was one of my favorites, pirate ogres. Goblin saplings, stuff like that. They have themes, and then you just print it off and then paint it, and you can sometimes find what you want out of their stuff. If you can't, there's other companies that are doing the same thing, and those like $10 for 12 minis. Yeah, it's $1 a mini, but it's like I can print off if I like. Say I need a whole army of them, I can print off 20 of them, and that was only $1. And then whatever it costs for the filament, which is like 60 cents. Isn't painting a big hassle? Okay, so depends on what you're doing. If you are going for high detail, which a lot of my miniatures I do go for the high detail, yes, painting can be a hassle. It takes me roughly. I've been painting for years and doing a lot of them for years. I can get pretty decent detail done in about 30 to 40 minutes. If I'm slapping something together real fast, aka there's supposed to be like 10 of these creatures, they're all going to look sort of the same with like maybe a little bit of change, I can probably paint all of them, like all 10, in about 5 to 10 minutes. Because it will be basic colors, slap a lot of one color on, and go. And in an example of that, I did do a bunch of goblins once, and it was like dip into green, paint every goblin green, then dip into brown and like do their clothing, and you're done. Maybe add like an eye patch to one or something like that. You get it. It's one of those when you practice something like that, it just becomes easier. Your first miniature is never going to be fast. Your first miniature is also never going to be good. And I'm not saying that there aren't people that aren't going to be able to pick it up and like make a good miniature, but your first miniature, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have to fix it, and it will take you longer to do the like. You can make a really good miniature on your first miniature, but it's going to take 2 to 3 times the time that it will after you've done about 10 miniatures. And that's I do everything. I do paintbrush. There are some guys that I know they do everything via airbrush. So yes, we were all in the same room, but we do a lot. Back when COVID was big, we were doing everything via Discord and webcams. But no, our D&D sessions, everybody that's at my D&D game right now is all local friends. And we had to talk about moving our game. We were doing games prior to me streaming them. I was streaming and just doing video games, and we decided I decided I wanted to do D&D as a stream. And I went to him and I asked who was comfortable with it. And then we actually had one guy who like turned away. He didn't want to do it on stream. So oh, you got 2 ads? Yeah, so we're all in the same room. Sorry. I did not know that my ads had ran. I need to check that. But yeah, we all sit in the same room, but we have done Discord and stuff before. You still there, Corb? Corb just ditched on me. He didn't say bye. But yeah, we all sit in the same room. We're all good friends. We had one guy who didn't want to be on the stream, so he left the party. But I do occasionally do a Discord game, and if I do a Discord game, we use a thing called Roll20 to do the maps and the miniatures and all of that. And it's just, I think it's roll20.net, might be .com. I haven't used it's .NET. Yeah. Taco Box. So that's the one of the many virtual tabletops that you can use. You can use Virtual Tabletop, which is on Steam. There's Fantasy Grounds. There's a couple of different ones, but this one, Roll20, a lot of people use it for the factor that it is free to start. Your GM typically will need to pay I think it's like $5 a month to share stuff and to have more stuff. But I'm hoping that there's somebody else that's going to be coming out with this same thing soon. And the reason I say that is Roll20 is nice, but I absolutely like Fantasy Grounds. Once you learn Fantasy Grounds, it's amazing. The problem is Fantasy Grounds is super expensive. And it does cost a lot of money to get it started. But if you've got somebody who's interested in being a game master for your D&D or Pathfinder or whatever type of tabletop RPG that you want to play, your game master is probably going to be investing a crap ton of money into it anyways. I mean, for an example, you can barely see them there, but those are a bunch of D&D books right there. Each book is roughly $50. Yes, there's more than just D&D. I actually have a book back here for the TV show Firefly, which was a sci-fi. Don't know how old you are, but it's a sci-fi fantasy storyline. But you can be in the Firefly universe. There used to be a Marvel one. Marvel keeps getting really upset about people not doing their stuff justice, so they take the rights away. There's a Star Wars one. I know I have 2 or 3 of its books. What's the Sea of Thieves actually has one. Actually, the Sea of Thieves one, right next to Baby Yoda, there's a big green box with gold on the top. This one here that I'm pointing at, that's the Sea of Thieves tabletop. So that's the Sea of Thieves version of D&D. Yeah, Firefly is planets. So it's the best way to describe Firefly is space western or space pirates. But space western is probably the most common term that I would use. I'm a big Firefly fan, and space western. So take the concept of the western, and then instead of traveling from town to town, you travel from planet to planet. So in the tabletop RPG, part of your concept on that is just making sure that you have you complete your mission and then maybe get money, and it becomes a little bit of resource management because you're supposed to be always broke. Trying to keep the ship alive. And that gives it a little bit more realism for their world, is to always being something's breaking, having to fix it, stuff like that. Is it hard to make stories? Yes and no. What do I have inspirations from? As one person put it, and they put it very, very wonderfully, every DM is inspired by every book, movie, and TV series you have ever watched, and you will steal from all of them. there are things that in my game, in my world, that are definitely stolen from books. Um, so you take like an idea from here and twist it, and then another idea from over there and twist that to make your storylines the way you want them to be. Um, it's definitely one of those you do steal from other things and like make it your own. Um, but I mean, a lot of people do that. There's a lot of inspiration that comes from like movies. Some movies are inspired by books. Some books are inspired by movies that they've seen or other stories that they've heard, and they just alter it enough to make it very their own. I mean, that's how Greek and Norse gods and all of their storylines, they were all passed down by word of mouth, and the ones that got wrote down were the ones that were the most relevant when writing became a thing. Um, but the stories all stole from each other. And there are some of them where, like, on some of the Greek gods, there's different authors for the same story. They come across this in the Norse also, for like Thor and all of that. The same story could be told by two different people, and it has a very different like way it ends out. The Snow Thing D&D book. Trying to think of what book you're talking about. Snow Thing D&D book. Are you talking about Icewind Dale? The Rime of the Frost Maiden? Saw it on TikTok. It's probably Rime of the Frost Maiden. Yes, I do have that. Um, I think it's back there somewhere because that's one of the. It's an actual storyline. Um, so it's got its own story. Um, so I probably have that one back here. I keep most of the what's called a campaign back this way because they're. I don't want to have them readily at my hands at the other tables because it's one of those we don't need it. Um, unless I'm stealing from it, which I have stole from some of those books before, where like, oh, I need a dungeon and I can't, like, I don't have enough. Depending on what's going on, I might not have enough time to make my own dungeon, so I'll open one of their books for a dungeon, and I just like yank the dungeon out of it, and I might populate it with my own monsters, but I'm using their map with my monsters. I actually did that like probably a year ago. I forget which book it was, but I used their map, used my own monsters in the map. Um, but like anywhere that it said, "Oh, fight an orc," instead of fighting an orc, they were fighting something else. I can't remember. Oh, the custom elves that I have in my world. I have to think about like what in the world was going on in that storyline. They were dealing with a bunch of weird elves that they never got to find out what happened on that because they died beforehand. Um, 40-year-old game. I have it. Probably. No, I don't know which game you're talking about. But I do have a game that I played as a kid. I think it was the first D&D thing that I ever played. I was 8 when I first started playing D&D. I'm now 40 myself. The game and what I have is probably older than me. Yeah, yeah. I have some. I have, yeah. Oh no, I'm actually about to go buy. If it's in, so I saw at the local bookstore where I live. They had one of the old campaigns that I played when I was a kid, and they have it for sale. Somebody brought it in. If it's still there, I saw it last week. I'm hoping it's still there. It's pretty expensive. Most of that stuff is now really expensive, but I want to go back and pick it up tomorrow. I got my paycheck today, so I'm gonna go pick it up tomorrow. And yeah, that'll be one of those. That'll definitely be one of those. I will steal the maps for it from it, and put my own twist on everything in there. But no, that's just one of those. You, the reason I would steal that map is it. The map that's in that box is actually, it's not just like a single map. It's a map that covers like a whole called the Underdark. And I don't want to write stuff for the Underdark for my world. I have wrote, and when I say for my world, I actually have wrote a new world. It has a backstory. It has different gods in it. It has different religions. Um, it took me. I was writing that world for like a year and a half before I decided to like turn it into a D&D campaign. Slash let them start playing in the D&D campaign that I was writing. Um, so what ends up happening? Yes, you can be a dwarf in the game. I wouldn't recommend it in my world. In my world, the dwarves at one point were slave traders, and so they still have like a bad reputation. Most people don't like dwarves because they're associated with like kidnapping people and turning them into slaves. Yep, but not all dwarves were bad. So you might be one of the good dwarves, but it is that like everybody else looks at them as like what they, and they in my world the dwarves were sort of forced into their situation by a powerful wizard. So he gave them the option of you do as I say and do this, or I will just obliterate your whole race. Yep, I thought about a lot of small details, especially if you're going to write stuff like that, where like I've got history, I've got rough history for like I think I've got 800 years of history, like sort of like key points of 800 years of like this happened 800 years ago, this happened about 300 years ago, this happened 400 years ago. So like I have key points of history. So sort of like what you would like if you picked up a history book in any country, it only talks about like in the 60s this happened. In the 40s we had World War II. Um, so when did the dragons die? Oh, 700 years ago in my world, the dragons disappeared. They didn't necessarily die. They went into hiding. Um, so a lot of them are considered myths in my world. But some people have spotted or seen a dragon. Um, those that do sometimes don't live to tell about it because the dragons don't want anybody to know what's going on with their. So Yeah, some of that. I don't think I took that from The Witcher, but it's definitely from that. Like it has a similar storyline or feel to it. Yes. Um. So. But yeah, that's the. Like I said, you steal from everything, and sometimes you do it like subconsciously. It's the reason I say you do it subconsciously is I found out I wrote something and I was showing it to one of my friends, and he's like, "Oh, you mean like so and so book?" And I was like, "Son of a bitch!" I didn't even like, and I remember reading the book when I was a kid. And when I say a kid, like 15, 16. But it was one of those I didn't even like think about it because in my head it was like I have this new idea, and then when my friend like pointed out that like I basically did almost stole directly from a book, I was like, well, damn it. Um, and that's another thing is like there's other people that do D&D games on Twitch and other places, and you will find that we all sort of like rotate similar stories, and it is because we are getting our inspiration from the same books. And it's not necessarily that like we intentionally go out and read the same books. It's just when in the more modern time frame, books like the fantasy books have started to become more and more popular. So it's there's a lot more authors to grab from. When I was younger, um, all the books that everybody talked about were like the same books. Everybody read, you know, the Wheel of Time. Uh, everybody read Tolkien, which is what D&D is based off of. Is the Lord of the Rings series with Tolkien. Uh, and if somebody says they're not based on that, they actually got sued by Tolkien 3 times over different things. So yeah, they also got sued by who is it? H.P. Lovecraft's family with Cthulhu. They actually used Cthulhu in one of the D&D books, and yeah. Oh yeah, D&D has a channel. But yeah, if you watch, a lot of the DMs will like they're either a playing storylines that have already been pre-wrote, so like then you're definitely like seeing the same things hashed over, or two, like I said, we'll get those books, and like I said, we will mutate it to our own, but like that story might still be there. Um, it is sad that they got sued, but like when D&D was getting sued, they were using so like instead of calling them halflings, so there's a race called halflings, they just straight up called them hobbits. And the halfling is the hobbit, but they couldn't use the word hobbit without giving money to Tolkien's estate. It might have been Tolkien himself at that time. I can't remember if he was still alive or not. Um, Hobbits was one of them. They tried to sue him over the use of elves, and they D&D won that lawsuit based on the fact that elves and dwarves and gnomes are all from Norse mythology. No, Hobbit is not in mythology. A Hobbit is created by Tolkien. That was one of the ones that when they sued, elves, dwarves, gnomes were all mythology. and Tolkien attempted to sue D&D for all of those, along with Hobbits. And the only one that that D&D lost the suit on and had to remove from their books and pay Tolkien a fee for using it was Hobbit. And so it was they paid a one-time, like, here's damage fee of a couple of $1,000, and we're like pulling all of the books and re-releasing them with the word halfling. So if you have one of the original, like, old D&D books, it will say Hobbit in it. And yeah, same goes with Cthulhu. Like I said, Cthulhu used to be one of the gods in D&D. And at the same time that they got sued by Tolkien, they got sued by H.P. Lovecraft's group over the use of the word Cthulhu, because that is definitely a Cthulhu is created by the Lovecraft name. So there was something else at that same time, but basically 3 authors all hit D&D all at the same time for rights. But Tolkien also hit like multiple other fantasy authors and fantasy games and stuff like that for the words elf, dwarf, and gnome, and failed miserably on all of those. But they did secure the right to the word hobbit. Yeah, America is full of craziness. And only in America do those lawsuits. Like, well, they do have those lawsuits in England as well, but like America has a lot of dickheads. You are correct. And that's part of the reason, like a lot of us, that when we do D&D games, we try to, we either make it very well known that we are taking from, like, instead of taking, we are running so-and-so game. We are running the, I think at one point I ran on stream Word of the Dragon Queen or something like that. I can't remember what the name of the storyline was, but it's a D&D module, and I made sure that instead of like custom titling each stream with like a title that I came up with, it would be like so and so mission part 34, whatever the hell we were on. And that was so that if anybody comes in from D&D and they are hearing slash like seeing what's going on in it, it's the whole like, look, I've already given you the thing saying that like it's yours. You can't sue me over it. Could I get sued if I were? So that gets into the weird fair use. D&D does have a fan fair use. And that's how you can get some of the miniatures for printing on 3D also, is the fact that their fan fair use system is one of those that I make a miniature that is representing a creature that D&D has created, and it is a D&D creature. The big one that everybody knows and talks about is called the Beholder. Beholder is a giant eye with stalks coming off of its head, with more eyes on the stalks. The Beholder is a D&D... Yep, you know it. Okay, so the Beholder is a D&D creature. It was the people from D&D back in the 70s created it. Might have been the 60s. And they could sue you over the use of a Beholder or making a Beholder, like miniature or anything like that, because they own the rights to its image. A gentleman made a 3D print of it that you could print for free, and they attempted to give him a cease and desist, and when he pointed out that he's not making any money on it, it was strictly for people that couldn't afford the $60 miniature that they were selling of it, and that his wasn't exactly their miniature, it was also smaller and a couple of other things. and that it was strictly for his use and like stuff like that. It does fall under their fair use, fair use. Um, so us streaming their stuff, they know that we are streamers and that we are, and they know also that we're promoting their game. So typically, if we're running their game, they're not going to touch us for the factor that we are promotion. And if they do try to sue us, that like it's, yeah, exactly. They would be suing their players, and it's the whole like, really? I'm on a service promoting your game, playing your game, and you're gonna try to take money from me. And I hate to tell you this, unless you're one of the really, really, really big streamers for D&D, and there's only like 2 of them, maybe 3, you're not making money when you're doing your D&D games. I get lucky if I get 5 people watching D&D. I get more than that typically on my other streams, but like D&D is a hard sell, especially on Thursdays. I do my game on Thursday night. Thursday night on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast, so I start my game earlier than they do. But about the same time on the West Coast, they on Thursday night is a thing called Critical Role, which has a bunch of voice actors from animes, cartoons, video games playing D&D. And that is my competition, and I am definitely not going to win on that one. When you have the voice actors from like World of Warcraft, and that World of Warcraft is one of the games that they do voice act for. The DM was the voice of McCree from Overwatch. And he's friends. They're all friends with people like they've had as guest stars. They've had Vin Diesel, a couple of other like big name like celebrities that play D&D. Stephen Colbert has been on their show. But yeah, that's what I'm competing against on Thursdays. Yeah. So like, and the only reason we do it on Thursday, I would love to do it on another day. They're trying to get Henry Cavill. I don't think he's. I think he has also showed interest in it. But I don't know if he. I don't remember, but yeah, Henry Cavill is one of the people that has shown interest in playing with them. They just haven't had a time to get him in. But the reason I end up competing with them is that's the day that all of my friends can get together, and that's the big problem with D&D is you have to like get a bunch of people together at the same time, and we basically have set aside Thursday as our day for D&D. Because originally we were talking about doing a weekend, but a lot of people were like, well, what if I want to do this on the weekend? Or how many can play? Typically, has to have 5 players. One of them has to be the host, so me, and then 4 others. So that's a typical like small group. You can get up to 8 players, so 9 people total. 8 players starts, in my opinion, becomes ridiculous. I like having my primary numbers. I like going from 4 to 6. The reason I say 4 to 6 is with 4 players you get a good enough selection of characters that you can play off of each other with pros and cons of each character, to where like one will be like more healing and the other one more fighting and whatnot. When you get to 6, you definitely have some overlap. If you get to 8, it just combat becomes the hard part of 8. Anything above 6, like combat, starts becoming what I call a slog fest. It just takes so long to get through that combat session, and combat already like tonight was a prime example of a long combat. It was so they had to fight the boss tonight, a boss, and the boss that they fought tonight, they started at, I want to say 8 o'clock my time. Yeah, rolling the dice. So it was a 2 hour and 15 minute combat session. That was with 4 players and only one bad guy. There are days, there are some nights where I have 6 to 7 bad guys on the that are going that I'm running. So I have 6 to 7 creatures that I have to run, plus their four players. Um, yeah, that's about the time the towers were falling and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, um, combat, any kind of combat, and combat is a lot of dice rolling. You can have dice rolling outside of combat, where like there's like little events going on that you do a little bit of dice rolling, but combat is constant dice rolling. And the problem that you have with combat is you get people that get into what's called analysis paralysis, where they're seeing what's going on and they're trying to come up with what is the absolute best thing that they can do for their character. And they think and overthink. And sometimes it is just as easy as just like, you should just hit it with a big sword. And that was the big thing that they started on, was they were like, well, we need to do this and we need to do that. And it's like, yeah, yeah. What you don't know is the fact that I know that this thing is just HP. It has a lot of hit points. Okay, so there are ways to resurrect characters. There are spells that'll do it. You can pay for somebody to resurrect it. There is reincarnation is a spell. But for the most part, when a character completely dies, yes, they are dead. Because the spells that you have to have, the level you have to be at to resurrect a character, you have to be a high enough level that you have that spell. And I can't remember what level you get the spell of resurrection. But when you also resurrect somebody, there is a percentage chance that the character does not resurrect anyways. If you're playing with the rules that I play with. According to regular D&D, if you resurrect, you can always resurrect. But we do it where there's actually a percentage chance that the spell will not work. Slash, I've even had it to where one of my players, after he died, he was like, no, dude, that was like the best death ever. I don't care if they try to resurrect him, like, that's a good way to die. And I'm tired of playing this character as well, so, like, I want to move on to a new character. And that was a good death for him. So we've actually had it to where, even though statistically, yeah, I am playing on hardcore, but I've also been playing D&D, like I said, since I was 8. We got 30-something years there of D&D. And most of the guys that I'm playing with, I inform them of the rules beforehand. They all understand it. They agree to it. And they also understand that it is part of the world that I have created. And that is what they are actually invested in that world more than they are, like, they're invested in their character, but like they also get the fact that, like, oh man, the world is so, like, my world is twisted. Magic is, there are problems with magic and so forth. So like when you get into those where the magic is just messed up and everything else, thank you for the redemption there. Um, but yeah, when you are getting into the nitty gritty of what my world is, the excess of the what you're saying is hardcore is actually one of those things that like it gives the game flavor. It gives the game something. It's not just your standard D&D game. Then this is something that's different. Um, and like I said, they might have died, and that's where they want that character to be dead. And in those instances, I sometimes will tell them, no, like if they're trying to resurrect that character, I sometimes tell the players, look, the guy wants the character to be dead, like don't waste your money. But other times, like storyline wise, their characters are so invested in like, no, we want him to come back. It makes more sense to let them go through that and go through the heartbreak of the fact that like the character will not come back. And it is the soul chose not to come back. The soul chose to stay dead. Um, and at that point, you you have the person that just died. You have them make a new character, and you somehow implement that new character into the game. And sometimes that's hard to do. And sometimes when you do that, the other players will sort of reject against that character. I've seen it happen. Like I said, I've been doing this for years, and it is one of those where you're like, whoa, didn't see you guys not liking that character. Okay. What's my favorite character from my friends playing? Right now, um, that's a hard choice. I like different characters for different things of the ones that the people are playing currently. Um, of the older characters that I've seen them play, there are some that like they have, and that's the fun thing is the character story and the arcs that they take and that the players take them through. Sometimes there's like little tidbits of like, ooh, I really liked this that happened to the character. I might not like the character in general, but like what happened here was really awesome. But each one has their own like ups and downs and so forth. Um, what are the character stories? So of our 4 players, we've got Leslie, which is the only female player. She's playing a character by the name of Psycho. Psycho is actually a merchant slash nobleman's family, and they are missing their sister, and they are on the look for their sister. Um, the last that they saw was that their sister was looking into these weird glyphs that had been started to be painted on the walls, and so they're following that. Next to Leslie on that side of the table is Jesse playing the character Onion. Onion is missing their brother, who was stolen from another world. Onion's character is a fae, or Onion is a fae, and Jesse is playing a character that has been brought to my world, uh, not on their own whim, and they don't understand everything that's going on in my world. That was just one of those like they both had a similar storyline, and they didn't talk about it. They didn't know that. On the other side of the table, we have Basil being played by Brian. Brian's family, his character's family died, and he's trying to figure out what a way that would have saved them. So he's now on this journey of trying to better his knowledge on like potions and how magic could possibly heal you and stuff like that. And then the last character is Oh, Paige's character's name just slipped my brain. Basil. Why can I not think of it right now? Anyways, his character, started off wanting to move up in the world of like magic and stuff like that, and he's actually a cop, but now he's starting to question if he's working for the good guys or the bad guys. He's starting to find out that there are things going on in the world, in the politics, that might not be exactly what he wanted or what he was aiming for. So yeah, there's a lot going on in there. We have an ad that's about to start in the next 2 minutes. I have been trying to like push off that ad, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the run button. We'll do an ad real quick, and then like I'll answer more questions in just a second because I can't push off the ad any further. So yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, it should be about that time that the ads are ending. I'll give it just a few more seconds. And welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you're all back. You didn't run off after all that. Anyway, so as we were talking about our D&D characters and their stories, yes, he wants to be an alchemist, but his character currently is what is called a ranger. He started off as a, like, he would go out, and that was part of his backstory, is he was somebody that would go out hunting and everything else, and he came back to his family being sick, and that's where he started to like was more interested in the like alchemy side of it. But he's starting off as what's called a ranger in the game, so his class is more designed as like a firefighter that's attuned to nature to an extent. But yeah, characters that I like. Oh, I forgot to mention, I remembered now something about Paige's character. Paige's character actually did almost die early on, and was brought back by somebody, slash, like, kept from dying. And he actually owes an NPC a ton of money because they saved his life. So he's in debt to a character that nobody plays. And it is funny when they talk about the fact, like, oh, don't you owe them like a couple of thousand gold? And he's like, yeah, don't remind me. That's why I'm broke. What's the most crazy species you play as? So in D&D, most of the D&D monsters are playable. You have to like there are weird ways to get around to where you can play them. But my favorite characters that are playable of the weird species, I really like what's called a kinku. The kinku are ravens that do not speak. The only way that they have been cursed by a god that they have to speak in mimicry. So they will reply in ways of words that they've already heard. And not just in words they've heard, but in exactly the way they heard. So the only way for them to talk is for them to like reply in something that they've already heard. Uh, and it's the exact phrase. Like they can't just pull a single word out. Now, if that is their reply, is a single word. So like, okay. One of the characters that an NPC that the players dealt with early on was a Kinku. The Kinku that they dealt with, he had a tick of the way that he said okay. And it was from where he picked it up. And it was the okay, where it is always the like high up and then and with a pause. Okay. And I had to always remember that. So it was one of those like when I would when I would go into that character, I had to go into it thinking of like, well, what would he have learned from the person that taught him to speak, basically. Kinkus are always fun. The other one that I like playing because they are just so awkward are the Gith, Gith, and they come from another world. They come from what's called the astral plane, and Gith are just like weird species of craziness where some of them have what's called psionics, so they can actually like go into your brain or move things with their brains and so forth. Gnolls, yes, gnolls are quite interesting. It's a hyena on its legs. They are a playable race. They're fun in their own way. I don't think I've ever played a gnoll. I also like playing what's called a genasi, which are half elemental, half human. So they like a good example of a genasi would be the fire genasi, and it's when you describe the character, it's like he has bright red eyes, but his hair is that of fire and looks like fire. Um, wow. Let's. Yep, someone's about to get banned. Genasi. Yeah, Genasi, like, whatever element they are part of, um, they have distinct features. that are part of that element. So like I said, the fire ones, when their hair might move like fire, the hair moves like it's always underwater or something. Like it will actually sort of float and whatnot. I don't know, that race has always been one of the like interesting ones, species that like interests me. Aarakocra are, yeah, the downfall. Aarakocra, there's a good story on why not to play an Aarakocra. Aarakocra live to be very short ages. There is a spell in D&D that will age you permanently. So your character can die from old age on accident. And we actually had that happen to one of my friends where he was playing an Aarakocra and like he didn't realize how short of a lifespan they lived. And he was like, I don't know, it's like what, 10? Then he got aged to death. And I was just like, and I was playing in that game. I was an actual player. I wasn't the DM for that one. So that was not my choice to age him to death. The other GM actually asked me like, what's the protocol here? And I gave him where the ruling came from, of like how somebody can age to death. And he was like, okay. So he looked into it and like he did the rolls and he's like, yep, you die of old age. You just become too old. A Yuan-Ti. Ooh. So the Yuan-Ti, depending on which version of the Yuan-Ti you become, most of the time when you play a Yuan-Ti, you have to play, I can't remember what's the types. The pureblood. You have to play a Yuan-Ti pureblood most of the time when you play Yuan-Ti. But there are the other versions of the Yuan-Ti that look really awesome. But the purebloods and I think it's the abominations are the ones that everybody like really likes, and that's the one where it's like a full-on snake. Yeah, the abomination is the Yuan-Ti abomination is the one that everybody really thinks of. But the Yuan-Ti anathema is just like something from it's Medusa meets a freaking ugh. What species would I play as? I don't know. Like, if I've become one of those. I've sort of become a weird oddity in D&D that I like playing when I do get to play. I like playing just a standard human for the factor that like a lot of people don't play human. A lot of people play the like weird creatures because that's getting away from their like it's an out. It is an escape. And playing D&D, that's part of what you want to do is be an escape. But I like playing the things that are more relatable. Um, it makes it where when you start seeing like you play this character that could be you, but you have like a different trait, different personality. You actually like embody a character like acting. Um, some people don't like doing that because it's too much. It calls too much to home. So that's part of the reason they like playing the weird creatures. So that when they do have those weird traits that are close to home, they can be like, it's not me. Um, it's part of being an orc, or that's part of being whatever. Um, but here recently, like a lot of the times that I make a character that I play as personally, I play a human. Here recently. Prior to that, I've done a couple of them where one of the characters I played recently, I actually had my stream with the character, because it was one of those. I was like, hey, I'm gonna like. I was doing a stream with somebody else. Somebody else was streaming it, and I was co-streaming. So you got to see from my perspective, and you got to see from the DM's perspective. And we were both playing the like off the same game and so forth. But like his, you could see like more of the map. Mine, you couldn't see. You could only see what my character saw and so forth. We did it on purpose, but that one I actually had to. I had a lot of my friends and the stream actually pick my race and like a lot of the weird flaws and everything else that my character would have. And I ended up with a dwarf that was overzealous and over religious. So it was the like, my God will keep me safe, and just run into combat like an idiot. Which was fun, but oh my gosh, did I worry about dying so many times of like, we think there might be something behind this door. My God will keep me safe. I kick the door down and like run in, and everybody's like, oh, fuck. If it is my time to die, my God will take me, but I think that we will be okay. Nice. Young Eric Hocker, Blade Singer, used to try to find him and get revenge. Okay. Oh, like D&D, playing different creatures in D&D. When I was younger, and played a lot, I always made like weird creatures. I'd always pick something like being Drow, Dark Elf, or being a Genasi. I don't think I ever played an Aarakocra. I know I played Genasi. I played Halflings a lot. Halfling was like my like go-to for a long time. Uh, there are so many different types of halflings and different types of dwarves that like you could be the same. You could be 100 different creatures. Um, I know I played a wood elf at one point that hated humans. Because in the world we were playing in, this is it's a pre-made D&D game from third edition. The humans had like enslaved his people, according to the history, and so he was anti-human. And he was a ranger, and he got to pick a favored enemy, and my favorite enemy was humans. So if I was fighting other humans, or if I was fighting humans, I had a higher chance of killing them. Um, and when my the guy who was running the game looked at me and he's like, "Really?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay." And I didn't know it when he wrote the game that we were playing in, that it was going to be like a lot of human bad guys. So like it was one of those. He was like, "Well, crap! I have this elf that is going to slaughter a lot of my people, and I did not anticipate it because most of the time a ranger takes like I take beasts so that I can like fight the creatures, or I take dragons. I took humans," and he's like, "Okay, now what to do with you?" I do a lot of, and I do a lot of. I'm the guy that, and it should show on the factor that I take the time to like write my own world. Yeah, it was a good pick. Um, I take the time when I'm writing my own world that I'm also going to, if I'm making a character, I try to like actually walk myself through their backstory. So like I'm gonna play a wood elf. Well, what's the history of wood elves in this world? So I like went and looked up the history of wood elves. So like in his world, we were playing in Dragonlance, I think. And I was like, are we playing? What time frame are we playing? Because there's like multiple storyline time frames you could play in. And he goes, "Oh, we're playing in the most recent." And I was like, "Okay, so the Wood Elves have just got out of enslavement. They're no longer slaves, but uh, they just got out of being enslaved by humans, and there was another type of elf, and that was also on my list to eventually become a favorite enemy. Um, I forget what those elves are called, but there were wood elves. I think it's like a lot Eladrin or something like that. But they were like high and mighty elves, like super noble. And so my concept for the character was he wanted to reclaim his heritage. So he would intentionally go out of his way if he heard that there were like wood elf type items. That's an elvish build. That should come to my family. That should go back to our world. That should not be part of your world. You took it from us. And it brought in some like um, hostilities amongst me and the other players. But at the end of the game, everybody'd be like, "Dude, that was like fun. I hated your character for doing that, but like, it makes sense." And that's the way. If you have to be able to like take it in stride and understand that it's playing a part of something that would, if you're playing the part properly and you have the story in the background and you've explained the story in background to people of like my character, and you if you do it even like in character where it's not saying, "Oh, my character would do this," um it's the like in story while you're playing with your friends. You explain to your friends, uh, "I got lucky as a child. Uh, the wood elves were freed when I was 10, but I got to see what happened to my older sister and to my parents. And luckily, I saw that my parents survived it. But they told me the stories of everything that happened to them, and I think that you are like all the humans and the Eladrin are horrible for what they did to us, and they should pay for it." So it was like a revenge story. Like I intentionally like went out there to like screw with people with that character, and it got me in trouble as that character. But you tell that story to your comrades, and your comrades will they will either understand or they will like, "Oh, you're a pretentious asshole. We're gonna get you later." And depending on your DM, some DMs don't like any type of strife amongst players. I am one of those. If you're strife in your like if something you choose to do with your character upsets another player's character, uh, you chose to do it. knowing what you're, even if it's something your character would do, consequences for your actions. You had a fun childhood with D&D. Yeah, I did have a fun childhood with D&D. I was the guy that like I like the role playing aspect of it. I really like the role playing aspect of it. Um, Combat to me is a necessary evil in D&D sometimes to move the game along. I would much prefer like hours upon hours of improv, telling stories, having fun, being part of this story, and writing like what's going to happen. I would love that improv stuff more. But some people weren't as adept at thinking on their feet, and that's where you have to lead the story and lead them into like, okay, we're running out of things that you guys are going to talk about, so like let's move on and go on into like let's have you leave the city. Um, and now we start the trek from like point A to point B, so it becomes the trek that Frodo takes to Mount Doom or whatever. um, but yeah, D&D is one of those like it's an odd and wonderful thing that you can come across, and not everybody meshes with each other. There are some people that absolutely hate role playing. I've actually ran across one of those where they thought that my role playing was annoying and that we should just move on because the whole point to them was it was like a board game. If they couldn't kill something or had a roll to I have to be able to beat you in a numerical value. It has to have a die roll involved. You talking around me just upsets me. Um, and those type of people, I don't like playing with them. I get that like they are a type of player, and they are welcome at my table. I'm just going to warn them ahead of time. There's a lot of role play in our games, and if you don't like it, um, I would recommend finding a different DM. And it's just one of those. It's you have to find the people that mesh with your playing style, and if you don't find them, you might not enjoy D&D as much. And that's one of the things that I've tried to inform other people is like, if you're wanting a D&D session that is nothing but role playing, like that's something that's even harder to come across, because like those don't exist anymore. There has to be like story driven and dice rolls occasionally, but there are some people like I've actually met a group that if you had to pick up a die for anything in that session, they considered it a failure of the session. And I like that was just like what? I get the fact that there has to be some dice rolls because like I'm pretending that my character is doing somersaults or whatnot, but at the same time, uh, there has to, that's part of the game. But like that, yes, if you pick up dice to make a roll, then we have failed in the art of what they were attempting to do. And I'm like, okay, not the people I want to play D&D with. They're cool to play D&D with once in a while, but by God, they will drive you up the wall. Same goes for what I call as the overachiever. Like I said, the guy who like all he wants to do is beat you in a dice roll. You have to go. It's already 10 a.m. Stayed up the entire night. Yeah, no problem, man. Come on in whenever I'm streaming. Say hi. I'll gladly talk to you. whether it's about D&D or other things. Thank you so much for your time. Before you leave, give me a number 1 through 9. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, doot, doot. 3. Excellent. I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching tonight. I want to thank Corb for playing with me on Sea of Thieves. Gimma69, thank you so much for taking the time and saying hi during D&D and for talking to me here. If you're new to late night streams, we end all the late night streams with a page from Go the Fuck to Sleep. Tonight's page number 3. The eagles who soar through the sky are at rest, and the creatures who crawl, run, and creep. I know you're not thirsty. That's bullshit. Stop lying. Lie the fuck down, my darling, and sleep. I'm Shinigami Tabris. I hope you have a wonderful day or a wonderful night wherever you are. And until next time, everyone. Peace.